Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So in this video, we're once again looking at Twitch and asking the very basic question, what does Twitch want their identity to be known as? Because for years, this was a platform primarily for gamers, but now it's devolved into something that is truly regrettable in many senses. Number one, people are looking at this platform and believing it's catering to and hosting a whole group of content that has no business being on a 13 plus website. And also a lot of people believe this platform plays favorites and selectively enforces its TOS when it feels like it. Now all of this has happened under the very careful watch, and I mean very close watch, of CEO Dan Clancy, who has allowed stuff like this to happen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a second GIMP suit has hit the Morgue Pie streams. We are once again looking at the absolute degenerative Olympics that Twitch has become. This is a 13 plus website that creators, talents, whatever you want to call people like Morgue Pie, are taking advantage of. They know that they can get away with anything they want, so that's what they're going to do. They're going to farm content on this platform and use it as a way to promote their off-site adult content, because at worst, they're going to get a one-day ban. And for Morgue Pie, she's racked up over a dozen at this point and is not afraid of what Dan Clancy is going to do next. So not only are we going to look at this latest set of antics here, but also during that same time, Morgue Pie hosted another quote-unquote talent who went on her stream and said that white people are an inferior race. Yes, this, to answer the question, is the identity of Twitch. Hosting completely inappropriate content for a 13 plus platform, and also hosting people who will say stuff like that with no fear of being banned. Now, before we get into all the Twitch stuff, a quick reminder that there's only 2 days left on the official Rev plushie campaign with Ooh Market. We are over 300% funded at this point. Here is the 360 view. If you have not checked this out, you can find a link to this campaign in the pinned comment. Thank you guys so much for the support on this campaign. Make sure to get one before it is gone in just 2 days. It greatly helps out the channel and also helps out with future merch opportunities as well. So again, link in the pinned comment. Be sure to check it out before it's gone. So really, this is the sort of mindset we have with this video. It's a classic tale. If you give a mouse a cookie, that describes what's going on with Twitch to a T. Because what's happening here is a group of people who get away with everything and receive little to no punishment, continuing to push the boundaries because they know it will financially benefit them in one form or another. One of those people to do that is Morgue Pie. Morgue Pie pretty much has caused the entire rulebook to be developed on suggestive content at this point. She has been banned over 13 times on Twitch in the last couple years alone. There are multiple rules in the handbook that are directly about her because she finds a certain rule and tries to either bend it or violate it in many cases to her own financial benefit, and also to promote her content, her adult content that is off-site. That is the entire process she does. She ends up getting banned for typically a day, comes back and does it all over again. But instead of having a spine and getting rid of her, Dan Clancy and Twitch have allowed this behavior. They have enabled this behavior to continue and continue. Now, recently we talked about this clip that went viral from a Morgue Pie stream where, as you can see, she had someone playing as a pet on her stream wearing a GIMP suit. This is obviously some content that does not belong on Twitch. I mean, it's really that simple. Like, is this what Twitch wants to be known for? Can we at least agree that that is not what people thought Twitch was going to end up being, or at least their identity would be reflected as in this current state? Given years ago, this was a platform primarily for gamers. Now it's turned into this. It's absolutely pathetic. Like, this is a platform where either you're going to see dogs getting shocked, or you're going to see pets being used as props for, really, let's just be honest, softcore adult content. That's really what this is. And Morgue Pie is so smug and so unafraid of punishment that she's mocking the situation. She would quote that viral post that was seen by millions, promoting herself and promoting the exact theme she was promoting on the stream because she knows nothing's going to happen. Now, as we saw, a lot of people were just tired of seeing this content on Twitch in general, but also they were pointing out the hypocrisy that she can get away with doing stuff like that as a face cammer, but if you were a VTuber, you are likely to get banned for anything close to that, and that's definitely grounded in some truth. The rules for VTubers, and specifically with their attire, is a lot more strict than real-life streamers. And of course, Morgpie would call out the VTubing scene for being mad about this and making themselves the center of attention.
Anytime anybody does something controversial on Twitch, the VTubers all come out. They're like, but we can't do whatever we want all the time. Okay, but you can't have exposed hips. Yeah, because it explicitly says that in the TOS that you just read the TOS! You know what I do when I wanna do something on stream? I just read. I just read the TOS. I just read the TOS. It explicitly says it in the TOS that you can't show your hips on stream. That's been a thing for like 2 years. Dude, that shit changed like 2 years ago. That's 2024, man.
Now, as you can see, a community note was applied to the relevant tweet sharing this clip, saying Twitch has been known to bend their own rules to favor top streamers. If the TOS was enforced fairly, Morgpie would have been banned already, which is very true and reflects a lot of the complaints about this situation and Twitch as a platform. And also just listening to Morgpie speak is insufferable. But she would also add a quote to that tweet saying that she loves VTubers and that they're pioneers of streaming, which seems like damage control to me. A lot of people did not buy this, but a lot of people in her, let's say, space were quick to defend her and shame VTubers, including, I kid you not, the name Dino Mommy PhD. Now, I had some fillers for that acronym at the end, but I don't want to get banned here. But she was quick to defend Morgpie and attack VTubers, saying the VTubers who are complaining about this have it wrong. We should be fighting together for streamer rights and creativity. Instead, you out here mad that you can't show off fake bodies while wanting us to not be able to show and profit off our real bodies. So just like anything else involving one of these people, they can't say anything without throwing shade at VTubers. But you can see they're saying, we should be fighting together for streamer rights and creativity. First of all, there is nothing creative about what's going on here, okay? Let's not delude ourselves. But also streamer rights. The reason people are bringing up VTubers is because they're being treated harsher by the TOS than face cameras. If someone replicated what Morgpie was doing with anime characters, with VTuber models, they'd be banned. Like, no question, right? That's the point people are raising, and of course, this doctor over here doesn't really seem to understand what's going on here, but this individual is just not serious, and a lot of people are not taking her very seriously, thanks to this shoe on head meme that has really made the rounds on social media recently. But just looking at this person's website, I mean, are we serious? Like, of course this person is fighting for the right to promote a bunch of inappropriate content in a space occupied by children. If it isn't obvious already, you can see they like to use public spaces, including places where you can see dinosaur bones, right? You go to the museum. She likes to promote her adult content there, a space obviously occupied by children. And I have to censor this despite her wearing a top because I guess it must be very cold in there. And she says, Reizuka has never limited herself to only being one thing. Well, apparently that is going into museums and other spaces occupied by a lot of children and promoting adult content. This is ridiculous. I am sorry. Doing this in a space like that is completely and utterly inappropriate. And of course, this individual is defending Morgpie and wanting these individuals to have the rights to have this content on a 13+ platform. Like, it makes way too much sense. Now, of course, going back to Morgpie here, she would return and, I guess, double the entertainment by adding another gimp suit laden individual into her stream because she knows she can get away with one, so why not two? And I'm not going to play the related clip. You get the point, right? You can see what's happening. She's feeding them. This is obviously like softcore adult content being promoted on Twitch. People are tired of it. Now, some people are asking the very important question, which one is the Twitch CEO? Well, yeah, it's at least one of them, but that is the question here. Again, what does Twitch want its identity to be known as? And under the careful watch of Dan Clancy, this is it. This is what people see when they see Twitch. And I'm shocked. We've already seen so many advertisers leave, but I'm shocked more haven't left this platform. I think a lot of them would be mortified to see the state of Twitch. And I can't even imagine what Amazon must think, right? They're still in the red with their takeover of Twitch. They still have not received any money back on their investment in Twitch. And this is what's going on this platform that should have been an easy moneymaker. But let's continue on. Here's some of the quotes. A lot of people just tired of this, saying, ban her and everyone like her. I'm so tired of adult content creators going after underage teens and constantly pushing the boundaries of TOS to slowly funnel them into debauchery and addiction. I mean, yeah, there's a lot more serious of an angle here behind this whole situation, but don't worry, Morg Pie is on the case and she is addressing these sets of criticisms directly.
Wouldn't even know what we were doing. They would have no idea what was going on. And it's not my fucking problem. It's not my problem. They're not my kids. No kids should be watching my streams, period. And that's regardless of whatever content I make on Twitch.
This is one of those very obnoxious things where she is hiding behind the TOS. She's basically modeling her morality behind Twitch TOS. Well, if the TOS allows it, I'm good. What I'm doing is fine. She's right on the one hand where parents need to do a better job. That's always the case, right? Parents need to do a better job monitoring what their kids are doing. But Morg Pie knows that this platform is 13 plus. She doesn't just know this, she's counting on it. Because guess what? The people watching this, I would say there is a number of children watching this. I think that goes without saying. Because they're getting access to a 13 plus website. They don't even have to go to somewhere that might restrict them by their age. They might not even get a weird look from their parent if the parent is looking at their search history, because they're on Twitch, but they're finding this sort of content that is obviously inappropriate for kids to be consuming. Like, I think we can all agree on that. This has no place on a 13 plus website. So Morg Pie justifies everything going on here by saying, yeah, I'm aware that all of this is happening, but you know, I'm within the TOS and it's the parents who should do a better job. But she knows full well this is happening. In fact, I would say she's counting on this happening to promote her content, if you want to call it that. And even people who have a very positive view on this stuff don't like what she's doing. You can see this quote saying, I'm all for women making bank and empowering them, but Twitch is not the platform for this. I mean, I agree with that last part. Empowering? No, I don't think this is empowering for anyone involved. It's not empowering for the likes of Morg Pie. It's certainly not empowering for the two people in the suit. And it's not empowering for the people who are watching this. And not empowering, especially for the people paying for this sort of stuff with their off-site sources, right? All of this is degrading on every level. Like, no one's going to stop you from doing this stuff. It's all degrading. I don't understand how anyone's been convinced that doing stuff like this is empowering for anyone involved in the formula. It's not. But anyways, this person points out Twitch is still a 13 plus site. These adult content creators need to keep that sort of content on the appropriate platform, which is just those spaces. She's pushing the boundaries of TOS just to funnel more people into her adult content, and let me tell you, not all of them are 18 plus. This is damaging to teenagers who can fall victim to this sort of addiction. I miss when Twitch was strictly gaming. Now, of course, I was, harping on this point here, but that's a whole nother discussion. But overall, I agree entirely with this post, and I thank someone like this for having their point of view, but still drawing a line that I think everyone can agree on, right? This stuff, if it feels wrong, if what she's doing feels wrong to you, yeah, it's because it is wrong. Like this should not be allowed on Twitch. Not only are they allowing this, it's their identity. It's become their identity over gaming. And even when there was IRL stuff starting to proliferate on the platform, it wasn't this. It wasn't this, but now this is so common. And you know what else is common? Just abhorrent behavior on Twitch. So Morgpie would invite an individual named Nikki, who I guess is another talent, and she would start popping off on white people. Yeah, Twitch is the only place where you can find totally sanctioned racism.
Here's the thing. I mean, like, I've literally DM'd with her and been like, yo, you're so funny, because she's done stuff on her own that I'm like, that's so funny, like, we should stream together or whatever.
Wait, hold on. I need to cut you off because I just saw someone in chat say that she's racist towards white men. And I'm so sorry, but respectfully, shut up. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're gonna act like somebody's being racist towards white men, the least oppressed group of human beings on society? You can suck my dick. That's insane. Shut up, dude. She says white guys are inferior. They are. That's not racism. I hate to break it to you.
What an absolutely abhorrent thing to say. Not only is it ignorant, it's just plain wrong. If you're treating someone differently based on the color of their skin, you're racist. And if you think another race is inferior, you're extra racist, okay? This person is just mask off being racist, discriminating, live on Twitch. And this is the only place where this sort of behavior is sanctioned. And I'm sorry, Morgpie didn't say these things, but guess what? She's at the very least tolerating it. So you have this person who's not only promoting inappropriate content to minors, she's also platforming unapologetic racists and sitting there and saying nothing. It's funny for the woman who seems to have so much to say all the time, who never hesitates to open her mouth the second people say anything about her. But she has a genuine racist sitting next to her, spouting this disgusting nonsense, and she has nothing to say. Nothing to say. You know what? At the end of the day, why would she, right? The people paying for this content, the people watching this, they don't care if these people are disgusting human beings because they're getting what they want out of them. And that's them flaunting their bodies or selling their bodies. That's what they're really there to care about. So yeah, again, this whole like revolving circle of the people involved here, nothing's empowering about this. The people who are making this stuff, not empowering. The people who are rewarding behavior like this, not empowering at all. It just shame all around. And here's another quote saying, see, when she is given a pass on the terms of service, she will keep pushing the line until she gets a slap on the wrist. Eventually, she'll get her 13th ban from Twitch, take a 2-day vacation with all the money funneled to her by the 14-year-olds, and then do this all over again with new gray areas. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Is anything going to happen to Morgpie in this situation? I would say pretty much no. There's almost no chance this is going to happen. This whole situation, again, this is what Twitch has become. And shame on them. Shame on Dan Clancy. All of this is just pathetic. It really is. It's pathetic that Twitch has allowed this. It's pathetic that Morgpie and people like this do this and take advantage of this platform and all of its inhabitants, all of its visitors, including 13 plus individuals, to make a buck, to make a quick buck. It's insane. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, consider subscribing, putting on notifications for daily uploads, and also multiple streams we're doing over here on YouTube these days. Would love to see you guys there. But that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.